Welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. We are going to make the third project in the Sending Good Thoughts paper pumpkin kit, and it is this one right here. So I have got out my Bermuda Bay card base with my Pacific Point embossed card front. I've got my ship. I've got Sending Good Thoughts stamps. I've got my banner, I've got my long piece of linen thread. I have the, and the seagulls. I have the seagulls out. So let's get started on this one. First thing we need to do is the stamping. So I'm going to do my Sending Good Thoughts, and the instructions say we need to have it towards the flagged end because one of the seagulls is going to be sitting on the other end. So let's just ink this up really well, all the way to the end. There we go. And I am going to stamp this down. So the Sending Good Thoughts. There we go. Give it a press to make sure it's all the way. That turned out really nicely. Okay, the next stamping we need to do is the ship in the bottle. And this it's got water in the bottom of the bottle. And so we're just going to ink up the ship. And sometimes it's easier to actually hold the Stampin' Spot and stamp it down on top rather than trying to put the stamp into the Stampin' Spot. Take the Stampin' Spot to the stamp. Okay. So that's got good coverage, and we need to stamp this slightly overlapping the blue on here. So I'm just going to give that a good push to make sure it's all the way down, and then just peel that away. And there is our ship in a bottle. I'll put the lid back on there. Okay, so the next step says that we need to wrap the linen thread around the card front. So let's do that. And I am going to just not cheat a little bit, but I am going to just put a couple of adhesive dots on the edge to hold that linen thread in place. So let's peel those off. Now, again, the linen thread comes out really curly, so you just run it through your fingers a couple of times and it straightens out. So I am going to pop this down just so it adheres to those sticky spots. And then I'm actually going to wrap it around like this. And I'm going to tie the bow differently. They say to tie this piece in a bow. I am going to do that on the other side. I know what works for me and what's simpler for me to do. And trying to join those two ends up over here and tie them in a bow will be an exercise in frustration for me. If you have more dexterous fingers, absolutely 100% follow the instructions. Now it says to put 5 dimensionals on the back of here, so in each corner, and then one in the middle. So let's just, I can pull this away from there right now and just pop it like that. There we go. Okay, so now I need to just peel these off, and these embossed card fronts are kind of neat, actually. I really like them. Just that extra little bit of interest. Okay, and we've got our Bermuda Bay card base. And I am just going to, again, line this up, drop it down like that, and there we go. So we do need to put the bow on. So I've got one of the pieces that I cut off, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make the bow separately like this. Just 2 bunny ears, and then you tie them in a knot, and it makes your bow. So again, 2 bunny ears, tie the bunny ears in a half knot, and it creates your bow for you. And I am going to put the bow on last, just because. So our instructions now say that we take the bottle and we put 5 adhesive dots on it. We take the greeting and we put dimensionals along the bottom. So we'll put the dimensionals along the bottom of the greeting banner. And then we'll put the adhesive dots on the back of the bottle. So we'll pop one there, and at the top of the bottle and on the neck of the bottle as well. So there we go. And there we are. Oh, these don't want to stick today. So there we go. Okay, so let's pop these off. We put this one on first. And we kind of center it in the card above the string like this. So you just press that down like that. And they show the clouds darker on here, but they are on here. I think they're just trying to emphasize the embossing. And then we put this down, the greeting. So I'm just going to peel the dimensionals off the back of the greeting. Okay, like that. And then we're going to overlap the bottom of the bottle, kind of centering this like this. Okay, now I'm going to, with the bow, because I still need to add the bow, I am going to take one of my adhesive dots. I'm going to put it on the back of the bow, peel it off, and then just kind of roll the adhesive onto the bow and then stick it down right at the corner of the greeting, just like that. So you get the same effect as what they've done. To me, it's just a simpler way to do it. So now we need to put our seagulls on. So we're going to take the largest seagull, and we are going to put 2 adhesive dots along its body and 1 dimensional up in its head area. And that's because it's going to stick on here, and this is dimensionalized, but the boat isn't. So to keep the bird's head at the same level, we need to put the dimensional there. And I'm going to put the 2 adhesive dots on the body like that. I just need 1 more adhesive dot. The adhesive dots today and I are not getting along, but I use whatever dots I have left over, sometimes in other projects as well. Sometimes they're just the piece you need. So I am going to adhere this towards the bottom of the card like this. It's going to cover up the bow a bit. I'm going to pop that down like that and like that. And you can see in here it's covered, he's kind of covered up the bow. They've actually got the bow coming out above, but that, to me, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to tuck that string that I just pulled out back underneath the bird like that. Okay, so we now need to add our birds up in the sky. So I'm going to do, they've got this one on first. So I am going to put that one on first, and I need a dimensional for that bird. So let's just flip him over and put the half a dimensional on. Makes kind of sense to put it there like that. And it goes just there like that. Okay, now I need the other seagull, and I need another half dimensional for that one. So I'm just going to cut one like that. And just put that down like that. Okay, and I'm going to pop that dimensional in like that, which is where they say to put that one. And then this one comes up over here, just like that. So there we go. There is our third project in the Sending Good Thoughts paper pumpkin kit for 2022, July. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for an alternate card. And then each day up until Friday this week, I will post another alternate card. Thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.